Supreme Court of Appeal Judge President Mandisa Maya will once again face tough questions by the JSC. This time, it's for the position of Deputy Chief Justice, which became vacant, of course, after President Cyril Ramaphosa appointed Raymond Zondo to the position of Chief Justice. Linda Mnisi has been in Sandton for us all morning with a preview of what's ahead when those interviews begin. I believe it's at 9 o'clock this morning, Linda. And is there already quite a bit of buzz there ahead of that starting?
Well, in fact, Michelle, some of the members of the panel have started arriving, which gives you an indication that, the proceedings will get underway at exactly 9 o'clock. But let's jump straight into it. I've got with me Mbekezeli Benjamin from Judges Matter, who will give us a sense of what we can expect really today. Mbekezeli, thank you so much for your time. What is going to be interesting to watch really is the issue around the line of questioning for, Mandisa Maya. She has previously been, nominated by this particular commission to head the Apex Court. Are we going to see them probing, some probing questions, also given the fact that there's also questions around how she's handling appeal matters with the former president, Jacob Zuma? Will we see that come to play?
Well, we expect that it will be an issue because, as you said, she was interviewed in February of this year, and there've hardly been anything that has changed since then, except for that one big issue concerning the appeal. So we expect that it will come up as one of the questions. But I think what's also important is that the role of Deputy Chief Justice is quite different from that of Chief Justice, and so the questions that they will ask her have more to do with that role. So, for example, the Deputy Chief Justice is responsible for the Judicial Conduct Committee, which holds judges accountable for misconduct. And so one would expect questions around those issues. And, of course, the issue relating to how the Constitutional Court will expect not to have Justice Zondo for the next couple of months. And so she will have to head up the hearings at that court. So those are also some of the issues that will be included in today's interview.
Obviously, there's also been concerns around this very same commission previously being accused of, might I say, overstepping its boundaries, going beyond its mandate.
Well, that was an issue, I think, that came up during the Chief Justice interviews, where it was felt that the JSC, by recommending one candidate, had overstepped its mark. But I think since then there have been significant changes to the JSC in terms of its composition, but more importantly, they now have clear criteria that they're using to guide the questioning. But also, as we saw in the April interviews, they've changed the way that they work in terms of the dignity, the respect that they show to the candidates. And so we expect a much more focused, dignified interview this time around.
Yeah. Given that previously the presiding officer, who's the Chief Justice now, Raymond Zondo, was in the running for the Chief Justice position previously, are we expecting, any different tactics, given the fact that, he was also one of the candidates previously?
Yeah. Well, one of the good things that we saw as soon as Justice Zondo was announced as Chief Justice was a statement that came from him to say he has called all the candidates, including Justice Maya, to congratulate them for putting themselves forward and looks forward to working with them. We saw a similar statement issued by Justice Maya, who congratulated Justice Zondo. So it seems as if they have a good working relationship between them, and I expect that during the interview he will be courteous and kind and try to show more of her qualities which have brought her to this point.
Can we see a situation where this commission decides not to nominate her or to recommend her for this particular position? And what implications would that have, given the fact that she's the only person that's nominated that will be interviewed for this position?
Well, I think it's important to remind ourselves of what the Constitution says this body must do. Section 174 of the Constitution says that the President must consult the JSC on the suitability of a candidate for position as a Deputy Chief Justice. So the consultation process is merely the JSC giving their opinion of the candidate, and the President then considering that opinion. He must consider the opinion, but he is, of course, not bound by it. So even if the JSC decides that she is not suitable for some reason, the President must seriously consider that and quite possibly change his mind, but he's not bound by any law for him not to go with the opinion of the JSC.
All right, I want to thank you so much for your time. That's Mbekezeli Benjamin from Judges Matter, giving us an indication of what perhaps to expect when this interview gets underway. Like you've indicated, Michelle, at exactly 9 o'clock, we're expecting then that the proceedings will resume. The line of questioning, obviously, as Mbekezeli puts it, will be quite different given the fact that this is for a different position. So also highlighting the importance of the prerogative of the president there. Also, you'll remember Mbekezeli touching on the issue around the Chief Justice Raymond Zondo showing some courtesy towards those who were nominated, to congratulate them for putting themselves forward. So we're expecting then that those proceedings will get underway in less than an hour or so.